Okay, I put wood glue on it, put it on the surface plate to make sure that it's flat, so it's nice and flat. It was stuck to the paper a little bit, but so now I'll set it over here, and then this is the platform that's going to go on top, like that, and the motor's going to go on top of that. So what we need to do, what I'll need to do is position the motor where it's going to be. You know, and I did space out. I should have made this a little longer because I have a gas tank to put on it too. So I'll want to squeeze this back to this corner probably. So it'll be all the way back and then over to this corner. And then the carb will come out this side, or the fuel mixer, so I'll end up probably putting a little tank over here on this side. It won't be a very big tank. It'll have to be a small tank. But I think that's where it's going to go. It's going to go over to that corner. I think it'll be okay there. Just looking at the clearance in here, it should be fine. And like I say, the cylinder head will take it out that far. So it's not going to leave much room. I'll have to put a little tank in here. Something like, I had that little one laying here, but that's a fuel mix vapor tank. So even that's too big. You know, I had this little tank. That's, unless I put some other brackets on or something. Darn it! I could put the tank this way, I guess. A small tank. Or a flat, just a short flat tank too, you know, because with the cylinder head on there, I could put a flat tank underneath, you know, just well, I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Like I say, darn it, I could have came out moved it back that way and come out this way another inch, and then another inch that way. Another inch that way would have gave me, you know, and then plus here, that would have gave me plenty of room then. Oh well. I still could do that. I still could make a new platform for it. And just make the platform longer. I might just do that. I'll have to think about it. What I'm going to do is sit and put a couple things together and see what I come up with, and if I do make another platform, I'll show you it. But it would have to be another inch longer or so. Maybe I'll just temporarily bolt that cylinder head on there so I kind of have a full visual look at it. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna cut away and try to figure out, do I want to go with a bigger platform or stick with this one. I'll be back. Puts along. Anyway, I'm still playing with the camera and playing with some of the motors. I did get this. I put some polyurethane on it, and I've got this with the motor attached to this top plate, but I don't have the top plate attached to these beams. Eventually, the reason I'm doing one like this, eventually I was thinking of building a railroad cart wagon for it to sit in. So that's kind of the reason that I went with this style and no box underneath it. The other one I'm going to put a box underneath. So I'll have one with a box underneath. And I'm going to put the ignition plate in underneath. There's room. There's plenty of room. And the coil. So the coil and the ignition plate will be underneath here. And I should get back to work on that instead of playing. But, you know, you get a new toy, you got to play with it a while. Try to get everything figured out on it. You know, the other day I was trying to focus on the gears. Let me see if I can flip this around without dropping anything. And then we'll see if we can get it to focus on the gears. Alright, so it's just automatically focusing on the gear now. Huh. The other day when I was up here trying to focus on that, maybe it's because I was closer. Okay, so I'm closer now. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work. I will... I don't know what I'm working on really. Oh, I'm still working on that. I'll get the screws and get that mounted to these beams. I'm gonna put a couple of wood screws in the center and up into the center of this, up from underneath, and attach that. And then and then I need to start with and make the little push rod slider here and push rod guide. So I got a couple things there to work on, and and the cam. I have a program for my machine to make the cam for it, so need to go ahead and do that too. So I'll be back when I decide what to work on. Catch you later. I was playing woodworker again today. I don't get along with wood real well. But I don't have this glued together yet. But that's what I'm planning on doing on the second one. The second one will have its box. It'll have the batteries and it'll all be self-contained. I'll put a floor in the box. Right, and then the top piece here will just lift out. So I got it pretty close. My length is messed up by about an eighth of an inch. Well, not quite an eighth of an inch. Probably about 60 thou. About half of an eighth of an inch. And I made it so that it sticks up a little bit. That's on purpose. But I'm not so sure if I want to keep it that way or if I want to go ahead and sink it down so that it's flush. I was thinking that if I stuck up above, that it would cover up some of my mistakes. So anyway, these sides are oak. I went and bought some oak. The top is I want to say maple. It's the same as that one over there, the wood. And like I say, that one there, when I get it put together, I eventually want to build a wagon. An old with the metal wheels and metal spoked wheels and like an old railroad wagon, freight wagon. So that one will sit in that, and that one will have a plug-in on it somewhere to plug the 6 volts into it. And the circuit board will go in underneath. Circuit board will obviously go in the box with the battery. And the coil, I don't know. The coils are a little bit big to stick on the outside, but I was thinking about doing that. Let's get one out here. I'm reaching behind me here I got them in this box. The smallest one would be this one right here, and that's kind of big to stick on the outside, so I'm going to put it down inside, I think. Oops. So, wish I could make one half this size and get it to spark, because that's just a little too big. I wonder if I could make it and then put it in a box and then put no, I think it'll look best if I just put it inside and have spark plug wire come up over here. As far as Hall effects, I'm going to put a Hall effect sensor on it, and I'm not sure. I'm thinking that I'm going to go off of the cam gear here. Put a magnet in the cam gear and the sensor down on the side. So I haven't figured that out yet. That's when I get the cam made and the push rod and get the head on. It's got a ways to go for that. The more I think I'm getting close, the more things I find to do. So anyway, you can see my clamp marks here. I wasn't very careful with my clamps. I should have put wood pads underneath. I'm not a woodworker. I have a friend he's an excellent he's builds cabinets and bookshelves and stuff, and he is I would classify a master woodworker. He's got all the equipment too, you know. All I have is my mills and my lathe, so, and I did this all in the mill. I have I shouldn't say I have. My wife has a scroll saw. She has a scroll saw that I borrowed, and the only thing I used it for was to cut the lengths. I guess I could have set that at 45, but no, I went on my vise. I'll show you my setup. And I clamped a knee in, and then put the boards in and milled the 45s on them. So like I say, I'm not a woodworker. What can I say? But I do a little bit of playing around with wood, and I've done more woodworking since I started building model engines than I had ever done, because I built the boxes for my V8s, the box for the Mini Hog, and now I'm building a box for this. So yeah, I wanted to get the box done so that I don't accidentally knock one on the floor, because sitting on just the flywheels, they can pretty unstable. I do have the heads done. Yeah, I get this box done, I'll get it glued up, and I'm gonna get stained, and then I should finish this up tomorrow. What I want to do is I'm going to take the bottom. See if I can get one out without. I want to take the bottom of the. Ooh, don't knock it on the floor, and cut a groove in this, and then slide a board in for the floor. I'm hoping that there'll be enough room in there for my battery pack. There should be. I've got all kinds of rechargeable batteries, and what I've been doing is, if I get a bad battery pack from somebody that's on a drill or something,
open it up. And usually there's 2 batteries that go bad in those battery packs, and the rest of them are good. And they have these in them, and I can't remember if they're 4-volt. But anyway, I take them out and I save them because there's nothing wrong with the rest of them. There's just 2 of them. It's usually 2 batteries that go bad in the battery pack, and then the rest of them are still good, and you're throwing it away. And so I just take the 2 to recycle. And so anyway, I've got quite a few of those laying around, and I could solder up a battery pack and put in here, because I want to run it at 6 volts. Matter of fact, my rest in peace, I might just go ahead and take one of these lithium batteries. They're 7.4 volt. It's a little more than what I want. I'd like to have just 6 and no more. I could put a regulator. I do have some regulators too, voltage regulators that I could put in there that are small, or just put some resistor in there so that it can only. So anyway, that's down the road. I better quit jabbering there. This video, I don't know how much of this I'm going to put on, and this here tank isn't the tank that I'm going to use, because this is I was thinking that I had soldered it up wrong, or put it together wrong, and had the outlet soldered on the wrong tube. But no, this is a vapor carb that I used on one of the engines, and I didn't like it. So I could probably convert it to by switching them around or whatever, but yeah, that's a vapor carb. And what it does is it sucks air, and the air goes into this tube and bubbles through the gas. So, and I can't remember what motor I put it on. I put it on one of the motors, and I didn't like how it worked. I didn't like how it performed. That the throttle was, because you adjust the throttle by adjusting how much air it's actually drawing from the tank and just from the atmosphere. I mean, it's open to the atmosphere, and on one and you open and close that, and that controls the throttle. And I just did not like the way it worked. So unless I did it wrong, it wouldn't be the first time for that either. So anyway, gotta go. Liking the camera so far. Did learn a few things on focusing. So my wife is the camera nut in this household. She always has been. She's got tons of regular film camera where they 35 millimeter film yet that she actually still uses, and she's got a camera, the SL2 camera, that's basically the same as this SL3, and I think the only difference is that this one will shoot in 4K, which I'll never use anyway. I'm not going to shoot in 4K. So, and I don't think there's anything else that's different on it. I'm not sure. So, I better go. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys later, and I will show you the box when I get it all glued together and stained. And like I say, I haven't decided if I'm going to put polyurethane on it or not. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. So, until then, catch you later.